class, you guys are like so young. Like young love isn't real love. And I was like we're stupid for being young parents. It's just kind of like something that we're gonna get over. Like eventually we're not gonna love each other. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Again, it's just me today. I mean, last time Edgar was here, but he's not today. He's at work. And I have Ethan awake next to me, right? And you've been awake the whole day, and I've been waiting for you to sleep. Maybe you're gonna sleep halfway through this video, but I had to upload. You okay with that? You okay with that, Mimor? Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. So today I have Ethan here with me, ready to hear the story also. He hasn't heard this one, huh? You haven't heard this story of how I knew your daddy was the one, huh? Alright, so I don't want to make the intro that long because I love this story and I love telling everybody the story, even though there's some like really gloomy parts before we were even officially dating. But before I go on with the story, I would like to invite you guys to subscribe, to comment down below your thoughts on this story, watch the whole video so you guys get to know us more, even though Edgar won't be telling his side of the story. But literally he's confirmed everything because usually I'm the one that tells the story because Edgar kind of like forgets some stuff. He's a very forgetful person. Let's go on with this video. Alright, so let's get started with the story. I'm gonna try to narrow things down, kind of like how we met, certain scenarios, so it's not really long because it was 9 months from when we first started talking to when I officially said yes. It was 6 months of him actually trying. Sorry, I'm like supervising him. It was 9 months of us knowing each other, 6 months of him constantly on me trying to get me to say yes to his question. From the beginning, we met because our mutual friend Jonathan and I had an English class together. Edgar ended up showing up and I was like, oh no, it's that one kid I don't like and he's like a troublemaker. I don't know how things are gonna turn out. So that was like my first impression on him. We started texting, but because he was asking for homework and I was known to be a nerd and he was known to be a guy that uses people for homework. Not only that, he was also the guy to glug, and he was the guy to ditch and a guy to have F's. So his reputation was like low and mine was like in the middle. Like I wasn't a popular kid, but I was kind of like, everybody knew everything was straight on me, straight A's. I was always at school, was sick, still showed up to school, you know, that type of girl. The annoying one. Yes, I know. It turns out we start talking because he's asking for my homework, and then now, like, occasionally he's like, so how's your day? What you doing? Eventually that homework buddiness turned into best friends. And it was all in the process of those 9 months. In the beginning, we were kind of like, whatever. But then he started consulting things with me. I was like advising him some stuff. And I used to tell him like, no, you know what? You can't be ditchy. You can't be drinking. Like, what do you want to do in the future? Like, I was trying to better him because I realized all of his crowd, all of his friends would just bring him down. Like, I would never see anybody try to bring him up, get on his ass. Like, come on. If you really love a person, if you're really there for a person as a best friend, I feel like your job is not to bring each other down, but to help each other rise up. And Edgar, I realized nobody was there for him to rise up. They were there for him for family situations and helping him in those ways. But in a way, I feel like they shouldn't have focused on him and his family situations. They should have, instead of telling him or hyping him up during arguments, they should have been like, okay, but do you want to end up like them? Like, you don't want to better yourself? And that was me. And like, out of all of his friends, I was the only one. And so I was constantly on his ass. Like, you know what? If you're gonna keep it up, like, don't count on me because, you know, like, you need to graduate. Like, Edgar, you're not gonna graduate. And he's like, I know. So he started like bettering himself, but not completely at first. So he kind of like took my advice and like 1 year throughout at first. And I noticed around November that he started giving me hints that he was crushing on me. He would constantly like send me hearts, kissy phases, flirt here and there. Oof. There was an inappropriate flirt that I was like, you're not here to be friends, boy. He would be that type of flirty, and I was like, boy, no, I don't want a relationship till I graduate. Then backwards came. He was like, you should invite me to backwards. I was like, no thanks. Like, I'm gonna go with my friends. I'm gonna go with the group of girls. I'm good. And I have several backwards pictures, but I'm not gonna post them because I know he's gonna kill me. He hated how he looked back then. So it came to December, Christmas, where he gave me the hugest hint ever. He gives me a rose the day before our break and a little note. I'm gonna insert it there. If it's not there, I couldn't find it. It said something about, oh, I hope we can hang out and your mom lets us hang out during spring break. I would love to hang out with you outside of school. Maybe I could even meet my future suegra, which means mother-in-law. And right there I was like, hold up. A friend does not mess around that he wants to meet his mother-in-law, which is like your mom. And I was like, he has something for me and it's really obvious. And I didn't even know what to do. I was telling all my friends, like, he likes me, what do I do? He likes me, what do I do? He gave me the rose, and the reason he gave me the rose is he was growing his own rose garden. I don't know if that's even true, knowing Edgar. And he said that's the only one that survived. It was really cute though. And I was like, oh, this is awkward because I don't like saying no to guys. Good thing he didn't ask me out at that moment. But I'm not one to say no because I'm like really shy and I'm kind of like blowing them off like low-key, kind of like friend zoning them, like, you know what, I'm not looking for a relationship, I'm sorry. But good thing he didn't ask me out. Then we came back from spring break and he asks me out. He's like, do you want to be my girlfriend? And I think it was through text. And I'm so glad it was through text because I would have not been able to say yes in person or no in person. I would have been like, give me time. And I was like, no, I'm not looking for anybody right now. I'm sorry. Like, my plan's not to date at all. Like, in high school, I want to wait till I graduate. He was like, oh, I understand. But, like, he totally blew me off, like, so quick. And he went MIA for, like, a day. He hit me up a day after. And he was really dry, like, really, really dry. Then the third day, I'm on his Snapchat because, like, he never blocked me. He never did anything. And he's back with his ex. And I was like, boy, you never really loved me if this is what, like, you're doing. And I was thinking to myself, like, girl, he doesn't love you. Like, who cares? But you know when you don't like someone, but then they move on and you're kind of, like, hurt? Like, boy, come over here and give me that attention again. I kind of felt like that, but I also felt like, how is he gonna, like, tell me he loved me? Like, what if I did say yes? Like, was he only using me to, like, get at me and, like, use me? And I was like, good thing I, like, dodged that bullet. He was really dry during those, like, times, and, like, he would keep posting about him and his girl, and I was kind of, like, getting jealous a little bit. And he all of a sudden starts sending me screenshots of their conversations, and I'm, like, responding like a good best friend I was, but it was really awkward for me. He started talking to me more often as time went on, and this is just a week period. Like, literally, he started talking to me that third day, like, more often, and he started sending me screenshots, and in my mind I was like, I don't want to hear this. Like, what girl wants to hear that you just asked me out and now you're with another girl 2 days after? And who knows, maybe right after, and you barely just posted it 2 days after you actually told her. Like, I don't know what is going on. I get screenshots eventually of him saying she broke up with me, and I was like, oh, are you okay? And he was like, yeah, I'm fine. Oh, like, that's obvious she was your rebound. And I know she knew she was a rebound because we would walk to class. His attention was all on me. He would walk me to class instead of her. And I felt bad, but kind of like I started having small feelings for him, so I could care less. And he sends me screenshots. I'm not gonna post them because then if she's seeing these, because maybe she's stocking up on our lives because she's psycho over him. Like, he told me she was psycho over him. Like, I'm gonna kill myself if you don't let me type of psycho before that dating, which is why they broke up prior, I don't know. She's kind of like, I'm not feeling your vibe. You really changed, Edgar. I don't know. She was doing all this and that. And I was like, yeah, I understand. Yeah. And she was like, maybe we could start getting to know each other again. He was like, yeah, we could do that. But those weren't his plans. He was just like, you know what? I'm not going to break up with you. But if you're going to break up with me, I'm fine. That way I could go back to Chelsea. He goes back to talking to me. And that's when I kind of like pushed back. And I was like, hold up. I'm not gonna be your second choice. I know I was like your first choice and she was your second, but I'm like, you're not gonna come back to me. And that's when like I became a little bit more distant, more conservative towards him. And he realized it, and he started going back to his old ways. He started drinking and ditching and all that. And I was like, you're not helping yourself. Like, I told him one day, like, I got in a big argument with him because he got drunk at a party. And he went off on me like, Chelsea, like, you need to tell me right now. Like, I'm so tired of you not telling me yes or no. I need to tell me, do I have a chance with you in the future? If not, I'm just going to give up on you. I'm sorry. And I was like, I might post them. I don't know. They're going to be right there. But I was kind of like, what do you expect? Like, Chelsea, I'm over here not drinking, not smoking, not ditching. You're over here ruining your own life. Like, what do you expect? Like, I'm over here, Little Miss Perfect. And I was crying when I sent him this because I started having, like, feelings for him. And after that day, I knew I had feelings for him. I just was denying it to myself. I was like, I'm just so tired and done of, like, being Little Miss Perfect. If you want to go ruin your life, you're going to go ruin it yourself. Just don't count me in it. And then he was like, Chelsea, I love you. I want you to be part of my life. And I was like, no, you know what? I'm so done. Like, I'm so done with you lying to me constantly, because he wouldn't lie to me like serious things, but it would be constant lying to where it added up to something serious. Because he would like joke around so much about things like, oh, I just got a ticket. And I was like, no way. And then I would like freak out, and he'd be like, no, I'm just kidding. Like, are you serious? And I was like, you know what? You need to stop this, or I'm gonna drop you. Like, I'm gonna like not gonna be your friend anymore. I'm serious. So we broke up friends way. I kind of like dropped him until he was like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't want to lose you. It's just like you really make me happy. Like, you've changed me. And I was like, okay, there's no proof that I changed you because you're going back to your old ways. Like, you need to be consistent about this. I was like, there was a transition of like a fading in and out of I hated him, and out of nowhere, like I don't know an exact time, date, or period where I started loving him. Like, it was just a fade of like, I hate him, okay, we're best friends, and now we're starting to become a love. And he was nonstop for 6 months, from like, let me see, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. So from December to May, like 6 months, because it was 6 months of him trying. Nonstop, like, Chelsea, I love you. He would prove to me. But then there was those little dips of like him dating his ex again, him getting drunk again, where I was like so fed up and tired. We were having married couples arguments as friends, and he was just so romantic when he was in his little things, which was like not often, but like he would have his little kind of like boof, because he still had his friends, and his friends would kind of like reel him out to his old ways like for a day. After that argument, it was really weird talking to him because I can't be fake, and I just really didn't want to talk to him. But he was the type that he's so forgiving. Like, he was like over and done with the argument. He was like expecting me to be friends with him again, like his friends would act with him. We started talking again, and then I would be consulting my friend Livonia, like, what should I do? Like, I'm starting to have feelings, but I know my parents are never gonna accept them, this and that. And then like around May, that's when I was thinking to myself, like, you know what, my happiness is not going to be based off of anybody else. Like, Edgar has really proved himself these 6 months, even though there was like little bumps on the road, maybe big bumps on the road, but he's really trying to prove himself. He didn't give up on me real quick. Like, yeah, he did, but he realized that being with another girl was not going to take the feelings he already had for me, and they were just way too strong to like go away. And I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna care what my parents say. I don't care what other people say, because they would tell me, Chelsea, don't date him, he's a bad kid. Don't date him, he's a bad kid, he's gonna screw you over. But if he wanted to screw me over, he would have shoot his shot and forgotten about me. But that's not what he did. So here comes probably like May 16. So it was May 16, 2016, and I was talking to my friend Livonia about her crush and then Edgar. And then we're like, so on Wednesday, May 18, we're gonna prove to the guys that we like them, and like, we'll see what happens. And I was like, okay, so what I'm gonna do is, it's finals for these 2 classes. I'm gonna be doing nothing, we're just watching a movie this class. So I'm gonna be like, hey Edgar, you wanna hang out? And then we're both gonna be like, let's go to the restroom. And we're gonna start heading to the restroom, and we're just gonna hang out. And I was so scared because I never did that, and I was gonna be like, what if a proctor or a security comes and he's like, show me your restroom pass. We sit on like a little island. He was telling me like, oof, about my class, and he's like, so what have you been up to? And I was kind of like my heart was pounding so hard. Okay, so this is my conversation with Livonia. I said, yeah, like, I asked to go to the restroom, and so did he. And I told him about my mom. And my conversation with my mom was like that. I was telling her that Edgar had feelings for me, and I didn't know what to do. And she was like, well, just so you know, I'm not going to support it. And like, that broke my heart. But I was like, my relationships aren't up to her. Like, it's me and that person. So if I want to be with that person, I'm going to be with that person. And so I told him that. And then I said I made my decision Saturday. So I made my decision Saturday. And he asked, like, seriously? And I was like, yeah. And when it was like, I'm fucking crying. And I said, then he got, well, I don't think I explained this part. So he said, seriously? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, so yeah? And I was like, yeah. So he asked me out, obviously, like, January, February. And I said no. But he's always asked me, like, do you want to go out? Do you want to go out? And like, I would never answer until I like finally said yeah. I didn't have to say like, I want to be your girlfriend. I just said like, yeah. And then he grabbed my chin, and okay, I never had an official kiss until then. I was so nervous, and he like grabbed my chin, and my heart was pounding, and I had so many butterflies, and I was like, he's about to kiss me, like, I don't know what to do. So I kind of like pulled back, and I said, no, I'm nervous. And he said, come on, I've been waiting 6 months. And like, I want to cry because like, you guys don't know, like, so ugly. Like, I waited so long. Like, we've made so much progress from that day. It's kind of like thinking back to it, I was like, oh my god. And then like the feelings I got that day, like, I still like, when I think about it, I'm just like, I don't know, it's really cute, really cute. So he said, I've been waiting for this for 6 months. And then like my heart dropped even more when he said that to me. I'm so ugly, but I want to cry. I don't know, I'm crying. Like, I don't know, like, I kept pushing him back, and he kept like bringing my chin in, and I was like, no. And then he kept pulling me, and I was like, no. I was like so childish because like I never had a kiss before, an official kiss. And he grabbed me and was like, come on. And I was hesitant, but then I said okay, and then I leaned in, and it was just kind of like a little peck, like a really, really tiny peck. And we became official. And after that, it was like a tiny peck, like a, and I was like, okay, done, there. Because I was like not ready to kiss him, because I was like, what if I'm a bad kisser, and like I don't impress him like right away. So that is that. That's May 18th. All the things he did for me and not giving up, and like he said, he waited 6 months for me to say yes. I don't know, those 6 months like really changed my perspective on him. He tried, we started dating, and he proved himself, and we went through breakups and back together and breakups and back together, and every time we broke up it was because of something childish or his friends. It was because I was being a jealous girl, which I suggest girls don't, because you're gonna push him away. I had reasons, and he realized them eventually once he like matured over one of our breakups. Because one of our breakups, I moved on. I went to another guy. It was really short because I did what he did the first time. He was a rebound, and he realized he lost technically his love of his life. He saw I broke up with him, gave me time to kind of like forget about him and everything. He messaged me. He was like, Chelsea, I'm so sorry for breaking your heart. Like, I just needed us to talk things through, because I'm the type that when I get mad, I shut myself out and I don't like talking about my emotions. He was like, talk to me. If like someone's bothering you, like, I'll try to keep my distance. Just don't force me to drop friends I've known forever. And I was like, Edgar, they're not friends if they're like bringing you down. He eventually realized that and dropped them himself without me telling him. After this last time we got back together, he realized that I didn't care about his friends. He would tell me about something, I wouldn't act interested, but I wouldn't act like crazy how I used to. I was the type to post so much, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have comments if people I know like are seeing this video. Majority of his friends were girls. He barely had any close guy friends, and their friendship was to the point where like Edgar would be literally behind closed doors with them in rooms, and he would like in his mind it was okay. And that's what he didn't understand, that in my mind, my mom is very like strict, like girls cannot mix with guys. Like, that's how my brain was back then. And like the fact that Edgar would tell me like, oh yeah, like me and her like so close, like I've literally seen her change in front of me, and I was like, I don't need to know this. I'm your girlfriend, and you're over here telling me that you're over here getting naked, not like butt naked, but like seeing her in her underwear change her clothes Friday mornings and this and that. Like, I don't want to hear it. But we both matured, and after this last time of maturing, we realized that that we wanted Ethan, and we knew we were gonna have Ethan. And yeah, we had more bumps in the road, but it was talked about between us, and we moved in together after understanding each other, after listening to each other and hearing what we have to say instead of just like assuming. We realized that we loved each other, and there was a reason we kept going back to each other, because literally, yeah, we could be separated for a month, 2 or 3, but like past the 3rd month, like he couldn't handle, and he would always like message me back, and then I would always be dumb enough to like accept it. And we broke up like 4 times, 5 or 6. Not gonna lie, it was several, but it wasn't like over 8 max. And people call it like, I'm pretty sure people were laughing at our relationship at school, like, look, this is so pathetic, she should just leave him. Because honestly, that's what I used to do with other people. Now I know we're not fully mature, like we're still teenagers, but our mind perspective in a relationship is matured because we've been through so much. We moved on from it, and we talk to each other on as to how we can fix things and make things work, because we both didn't want to leave each other, but we were not okay with certain things we used to do. Ever since the beginning, I wanted to be his wife and his baby mama, because I was like, I'm not gonna date a guy to date. Like, once I date you, it's because I see potential future, because you earned your respect towards me, and there's something there. But I'm not gonna lie, most of the arguments were started by me, but they were continued by him. Why? Because I was jealous. And what would he do? He would be butthurt because I hated his friends, and his friends were his life. And he would go on with the argument. Instead of like telling me to calm down, he would get heated more, and then we would just get each other more mad and more mad. Right now we could argue. I can like ignore him for an hour, but he's always trying to make me laugh, and then I laugh, and then we forget it. So it's kind of like that. And I know I love him. because I still get emotional when I talk about our relationship. And one topic that makes me cry a lot, that I don't want to get too into or think about it, I just want to say it, because if I think into it, I'm going to start crying nonstop for like 3 hours, is like whenever I think about like when we're older, I need to calm down and stop crying. I keep thinking that when we're older and then one of us dies, like, or a baby dies, or if we both die and then we didn't alone. Yeah. I don't know, it's just like, it really hurts me just thinking that one of us is gonna pass away prior to the other, and if I die first, he's gonna be really hurt, and like, I don't want to leave him alone because I know how hurt he's gonna be, and then I'm not gonna be there to kind of like comfort him or anything about my own death, or like if he dies, how I'm gonna be really heartbroken. Like, I don't know why I think about the like way future. Like, I could just think of like, wow, he's gonna be gone one day, or I'm gonna be gone one day. And like small things like that, like, it hurts me so much, and I love him to death, and there's no way in the world like I would ever like choose someone else. I already tried once, it obviously didn't work out, and I just hate how people like, I know I'm crying, can say, oh, you guys are young, you guys aren't gonna last, or like when we were dating in high school, like those comments would also get to us, and like we would break up because my advice is don't let people get in your relationship. Like, yeah, we're putting ourselves out on YouTube and everything, but we don't let the comments get to us. We kind of like, if it sounds remotely negative, we either delete it or we just like pretend like the comment isn't there. We don't even finish reading it, because I just hate how people can be like, oh, you guys aren't gonna last, you guys are like so young, like young love isn't real love. And I was like, because I love him so much, and he knows I love him so much, and I know I'm crying. I think I just need to finish this video or I'm gonna cry till the end. I'm so crazy. I know it's not healthy for you to see me cry, but yeah, you guys can guess how much I love him. And I don't know why I can't finish it, but I hate how people comment and like say things that like we're stupid for being young parents, we're stupid because we don't truly love each other. It's just kind of like something that we're gonna get over. Like, eventually we're not gonna love each other, and I know we're not, because we've been through so much already. So much that older couples haven't been through, that we surpassed. And I'm not stupid for forgiving him, because I love him and I know he loves me. It's just some petty arguments of being immature, and we still have some of those, but we get over it like literally in an hour. But yeah, I know my love. But yeah, all I could do right now is just keep on living my own life, and prove to everybody that we love each other. We're gonna stay married till death do us apart. Like, I don't know what else to do, but I'll see you guys in the next video, guys. I think I was supposed to shout out someone. This day's shout out goes to last BBY girl, which is baby girl. She asked me to shout us out, and I was like, yeah, sure, you don't have to ask. And yeah, so make sure you go follow her Instagram, and I'm gonna go because Ethan is starting to get fussy and I need to edit, and I need to kind of like clean up my makeup. That's it for today. Bye, guys.